Hello everyone, hope you're having a good week so far. Well, let's continue our look at Game of Thrones Season 1 with You Win or You Die. So, here we go. Beginning at the Lannister camp, Lord Tywin Lannister talks with his son Jaime while the former is skinning a stag, symbolic animal of the House Baratheon. While Tywin chastises Jaime for causing the recent troubles with the Starks, he nevertheless believes this war is the perfect opportunity for the Lannisters to set up a dynasty as the new rulers of the Seven Kingdoms. Tywin gives half of his forces to Jaime to attack Riverrun, the seat of House Tully and Lady Catelyn's childhood home, in retaliation for Catelyn's seizure of Tyrion. Oh boy. Meanwhile, on Winterfell, the captured wildling Osha, now a servant of the Starks, is harassed by Theon Greyjoy, who warns her that if she had been arrested in his homeland of the Iron Islands, she would have suffered a worse fate. As Maester Luwin tells Theon to leave her alone after witnessing Theon's sexual advance on her, he asks Osha why she and their wildlings, are coming south from the Wall. She reveals they were fleeing from the White Walkers, who have apparently returned after a millennia of slumber, and declares that every army in the Seven Kingdoms should be marching north to confront that threat. Meanwhile, at the Wall, Benjen Stark's horse returns from north of the Wall without him, much to the worry of his nephew, Jon Snow. Later, to Jon's disappointment and anger, he is told he has been assigned as a steward to the Lord Commander instead of a ranger, like his uncle. Jon suspects Sir Alliser Thorne's involvement as revenge for Jon defying him. However, Sam believes that this assignment may mean he is being groomed for command. As Jon and Sam take their vows near a heart tree, Jon's direwolf brings him a dismembered hand. Dun dun dun! Anyway, in Vaes Dothrak, Daenerys Targaryen attempts to convince Khal Drogo to return her to her homeland and reclaim the throne of the Seven Kingdoms, but he is not interested. While Daenerys and her entourage go sightseeing at a market, Ser Jorah Mormont receives a pardon for him to return to the Seven Kingdoms from an informant of Lord Varys. Jorah realizes this means the order to assassinate Daenerys has been officially issued, and quickly saves her from a wine merchant who tries to poison her. Drogo, angered by the attempt on his wife's life, vows to his followers that he will lead his people to cross the Narrow Sea to invade the Seven Kingdoms as revenge and reclaim the Iron Throne for his unborn son. Yeah, I get a feeling you're not actually going to see that happen there, buddy. Anyway, finally, in King's Landing, Ned confronts Queen Cersei, telling her that he knows Prince Joffrey and his siblings are not King Robert's children, but were incestuously fathered by her brother, Jaime. Cersei defends her affair with Jaime, comparing it to the ancient Targaryen practice of wedding brothers to sisters, and saying she tried to love Robert, but he refused to love her because he was still in love with Ned's deceased sister, Lyanna. Ned shows Cersei mercy and tells her to leave the capital with her children before he tells Robert the truth. Unexpectedly, Lord Renly Baratheon returns and informs Ned that, while hunting, Robert was mortally wounded by a boar. On his deathbed, Robert dictates his will to Ned, in which Robert makes Ned the Lord Regent and Protector of the Realm until Joffrey comes of age. Ned writes down Robert's words, but instead of using Joffrey, Ned writes, "my rightful heir," making the succession ambiguous. Robert signs the will without reading this change in wording, and begs Ned to make Joffrey a better man. Robert also tells Ned that he was wrong to have ordered Daenerys Targaryen's assassination, and orders Ned to let her live. Aww. Fearing Cersei and the Lannisters will use this time to their advantage, Renly tries to convince Ned they should raise an army to launch a coup d'etat. However, Ned refuses him. Ned wants to ensure that the crown passes to the rightful heir, Stannis Baratheon, Robert and Renly's brother. Ned writes a letter to Stannis informing him of the situation, dispatching it to Dragonstone, Stannis' island fortress. Ned also reveals to Peter Littlefinger Baelish the truth of Joffrey's heritage, to which Littlefinger suggests they allow Joffrey the Lannisters to take the throne, and if Joffrey proves to be an unfit ruler, they can use the truth to overthrow him and make Renly the king instead. Ned refuses such treason, asking Littlefinger to secure the support of the City Watch to overpower Cersei's men-at-arms if they attempt to seize the throne. By the time Robert dies, Renly has fled the capital, and Joffrey has already ordered his own coronation within a fortnight. As Ned and his allies enter the throne room, He gives Sir Barristan Selmy Robert's will to read out loud. Cersei refuses to follow Robert's will and tears it up, ordering Barristan to seize Ned. Ned orders his men to arrest Cersei and Joffrey. As both sides prepare to fight, the City Watch slaughters the Starkmen while Littlefinger holds Ned with a knife at his throat, telling Ned that he should have listened to Littlefinger's advice about distrusting him. Yeah, he definitely should have listened to that, because if he hadn't, well then, things might have worked out differently. Anyway, let's look at some production notes here. The episode was written by the showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, based on the original novel by George R.R. Martin. The chapters included in You Win or You Die are 46, 48 to 50, and 55. Eddard 12, Eddard 13, Jon 6, Eddard 14, and Daenerys 6, making the episode that includes the fewest chapters of the source novel in the entire first season. Among the scenes created specifically for the show were a meeting between Tywin and Jaime Lannister, as Lord Tywin is field dressing a stag, and a training session between Littlefinger and two new female recruits for one of his brothels. Ooh, spicy. You Win or You Die marks the first appearance of Charles Dance as Lord Tywin, the patriarch of the Lannister household. Cast in the role shortly after the production began, Dance had been the first choice of the producers and one of the fan favorites for the role. Author George R. R. Martin commented that, quote, his commanding scene presence and his steely charisma should make him the perfect Lord Tywin. The deer that is field dressed by Tywin in the opening scene was a real dead stag. Ugh. Dance had no previous experience with skinning and cutting. Before filming the scene, practiced for an hour with a butcher. Pretty interesting. Most of the episode was shot on set at the Irish studios at the Paint Hall. The exteriors of the entrance of Vasto Drive were filmed in the Sandy Brae area, and for the confrontation between Eddard and Cersei taking place at the Red Keep's Gardens, identified as the Godswood in the novels, the production used the cloister of the St. Dominic Monastery in Rabat in Malta. Pretty cool. So, a pretty interesting episode, and well, it's kind of sad to see Robert go, but then we had to deal with frickin' Joffrey for X number of months, until a certain episode of season 4, but, oh well. So, overall, I give You Win or You Die 3 Iron Thrones out of 5. Well, join me next week as we take a look at the pointy end. So, until then, in the words of House Stark, winter is coming.